Hey guys, and welcome back to the United Star. We're here to talk about all the transfers, everything that's going on. It's been a while, everyone is focusing on how players are moving Coca-Cola and the Euros, that they've completely forgotten about this topic. So, let's jump into it. And a player that's hot property right now is Italy's midfielder Manuel Locatelli. When we look at him, he, according to me, is a player that would fit within our squad brilliantly. He improves it. He can sit behind Bruno and Pogba and do the job that's necessary. We saw how he is when it comes to the attacking front as well, with the 2 goals that he scored for Italy. What makes things even better is the pictures that have now come out, which you can see on the screen. Of him wearing him pointing towards a Manchester United jersey, being at Old Trafford. I think, if I'm not mistaken, these pictures were from 2013. So it's clear that he did or does still support the club, which is a great sign. But while these rumors have come out, it's from the fans. There's nothing that's officially come out that, Manchester United are going to put a bid for him, or Manchester United are interested for him. In fact, the exact opposite has come out, where Romano has come out and said that a midfielder is not Manchester United's priority. So, while I believe for a player of his caliber, with a price tag of just 40 million before the Euros, was a steal and a bargain to say the least, I think he's now being offered at 60 million, and I would still snap that up because, as I said, I think he improves the side significantly. But do I see it happening? No. And the reasons for that are, firstly, for a player, as I mentioned, hot as he is right now in the market, Manchester United take a lot of time to get these signings over the line. If he was linked with us, let's say a month back before the transfer window even started, I would then be more optimistic about the signing happening. We don't see signings like the way we signed Van de Beek. I would say in a decade, we hardly see stuff like that happening. We push it till the very last day. And this player is going to be in demand. And we've heard Romano come out and say that, Manchester City have been scouting him and so on and so forth. So I just don't see it happening. And I'm going to give this transfer a 1 out of 10. Moving on from the CDM position, which Locatelli could have played for, we talk about the centre-backs. And 2 centre-backs that were linked with throughout this transfer window were Sergio Ramos and Rafael Varane, both Real Madrid players. Very sad to see the way things ended for Ramos at Madrid with the full contract situation, but I guess Madrid don't know how to treat their legends right. Would I like to see him at United? 100%. He's a free agent. He brings in that experience. I think he can sit well with Maguire. He brings that winning mentality that I keep talking about our side lacks. It's a player that has used United before to get a better offer on the table from Real Madrid. But at this given point, I think we need him within our club to get that mentality across the group of players that we have. So Rafael Varane has made it very clear that he doesn't want to stay in Spain. Sevilla's not an option. Barca's impossible. He's made those statements, which then make you wonder, where's he going next? And I can see multiple suitors for him, but I think Manchester United need to press on this transfer, get it across the line. He is a free agent. He's not playing for Spain as well right now. Get him into Manchester. Get him in for preseason. Make him meet his new teammates. Let's get that trickling. Let's not make this another Edison Cavani, getting him on the last day of the transfer window. I would give this a 5 out of 10. I can see Manchester United go for it, but at the same time, I think it's going to come down to which club will give him the bigger paycheck, because he is 36 years old and he may just see this as the last 2 or 3 year contract that he's going to have. But I think that if we get him, it would be similar to the way Thiago Silva went to Chelsea and had an impact on their defense. So I think we need to go for Sergio Ramos, because it's very rare that you find such good players who are still in good form on a free. So I would give this a 5 out of 10. But then we move on to a player that seemed to be tilting towards Manchester United, whose name is Rafael Varane. But as time has progressed, that has just decreased. It was first that, you could get him for roughly 35 to 40 million. Then it became, we can get him for roughly 60 million. And now it's like, Ramos is leaving, so Varane is staying. obviously there have been reports that have come out that have made it very clear that we're not going to go for not we, but Ramos leaving and Varane staying are not correlated in any manner. I mean, both of them can leave, but I just don't see how Carlo Ancelotti, my mistake, allows both his main centre backs to leave in the same transfer window. So for that reason, I think Rafael Varane may just end up sticking at Real Madrid and not leaving. Additionally, he's also linked with PSG, and PSG are creating one hell of a squad. They've already signed Donnarumma, who's improving their goalkeeper situation, even though they have Navas. They stole Wijnaldum from Barcelona. There were talks that they were going to steal Depay from Barcelona. There are rumors of Ronaldo going there. There are rumors of Saul, who is set to 100% leave Atletico, and a player that I would love to see at Manchester United. But again, I don't see it happening because of the next player we're going to talk about. He's also linked with them. It's like they're just playing FIFA and no one's even noticing. They're building one of the strongest sides there is. So so Rafael Varane to Manchester United, I'm going to go with a 3 out of 10. I think with time, again, it's just been deteriorating, and I don't see this transfer happening through, unfortunately. But yeah, moving on to the player I think that seemed very, very, very possible, but just doesn't make sense for me anymore, is Trippier. Trippier from Atletico Madrid seemed to be the perfect player to get for Manchester United, for a simple reason that, when you looked at him, he is one of the most underrated players there were when it comes to an attacking fullback. We look at Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and the one complaint that we have is he doesn't cross the ball in. He doesn't know how to utilize the ball in the final third. He's improving, but he's not reached there, and we cannot afford to have our right back perform that way. While he is spectacular in defense, he lacks all capabilities in attack, and Trippier does exactly that. You look at the way he crosses the ball in, the number of goals he creates, chances he creates. It's spectacular, and having a player of his caliber within the side, very similar to Ramos, gives you a lot of experience because you're again getting a winner who's just won the La Liga into your squad. It gives that winning mentality. And who knows, I mean, we saw the impact Alex Telles had on Luke Shaw. Who knows what impact this could have on Aaron Wan-Bissaka. It could be a very positive one as well, and we can see a drastic change in the player. And additionally, it helps the younger lads like Ethan Laird to go out on loan, come back after 2-3 years, and then fight for a position. Kieran Trippier is not stopping their progression in any manner. It's not a young fullback that you're signing, like in either Max Aarons or someone like that. So it seemed to be the perfect fit, and initially it was the 18 million, we were saying 12 million, so on and so forth, but Atletico have just come out and said, no, we want 43 million. And personally, I don't agree to that. I think we have tons of other problems that we need to face. We need to get Sancho over the line. We then need to look at a possible midfielder. We then need to look at possible strikers. There are tons of issues that we need to face. And rather than spending 43 million, I would just allow Ethan Laird to go during preseason, show us what we have, and prove to us that we don't need to spend that money. Yes, I do agree that if we manage to get all our players in, then we can, and we still have money left, then why not? Please go ahead and spend that 43 million if you want on Trippier and get him, because I think he would be a great signing to have. But other than that, I'm not sure. I wouldn't spend that 43 million on Trippier. So I would give this another 3 out of 10. It's very sad to see, the likes of Varane and Trippier. I was extremely positive about those two players and their possibilities of joining Manchester United a month ago, and the way things have progressed since then, it's extremely disheartening. But while we're not looking that great on the ins side, and we haven't spoken about Jadon Sancho because, well, the topic's the same. Personal terms agreed, but evaluation, players, I mean, we aren't going to pay up to Dortmund even though they've reduced their price to a significant amount. And if you want to understand what is causing the issue, check out a video that we did talking about the transfers with Daniel. We'll put the link in the description below. But talking about players going out, the first player, Jesse Lingard. So it's come out and it's been made very clear that Jesse Lingard will hold talks with Manchester United once the Euros end and all the players are back in the camp. There have been rumors that he's going to sign a new contract. I don't believe that. I think his career at Manchester United is over. I love the player. I love his personality, but the way he performed for West Ham, I would like to see a happy Jesse Lingard go to West Ham again. And I would say put a 40 million price tag on him. There are going to be suitors ready to buy him. Just move him ahead. So I think Jesse Lingard will be leaving the club. I don't see a contract extension. I don't see him sticking around, and I'd give this a solid 7 out of 10. Moving on to Diego Dallo. AC Milan did put in a first bid which was rejected from Manchester United. I think AC Milan have more or less decided they want the player. The player also had a very good season at the club. I think with us being linked with Trippier, having Wan-Bissaka as our first choice with Ethan Laird coming up, I think Dallo, I think he's a player that if he was not a Manchester United player at this moment, we would be linked with him the same way we're linked with Trippier, because he provides that attacking instinct. But just because he's been here for so long and he's still not managed to get that position by the neck, and we're already finding other potential players to fill in that void, I don't see him sticking around. So again, I'd give it a 7 out of 10 for him to go to AC Milan again and rejuvenate his career, and I'd be extremely happy for him because he is a young lad who should go ahead and do things. And lastly, the player that everyone who's on everyone's mouth, Paul Pogba. Things are pretty straightforward with Paul Pogba. He did come out and he said that with the way PSG is linked with each and every individual, he did come out and say that this is the current situation. When it comes to talking to other clubs, I don't handle that. My agent does. There's nothing going on with Manchester United in terms of contract extension, and he's been honest. There's been no twisted turned words about this. But when I think about it, Manchester United are going to put a pretty hefty price tag on him, and along with that, who's going to handle his wages? Because I don't see Real Madrid going for it. I don't see Juventus going for it. So who's it going to be? If Juventus are going to do a Ronaldo-Pogba swap, is our board that stupid to just make that swap for possible short sales? Or I don't see any suitor getting him right now. I think there's a very high possibility Juventus may just go stick it out for another year and then we'll get you on a free. We all know how badly Juventus love free transfers. But at the moment, I think Manchester United, what they should do is, as soon as the Euros get over, put a date on him. Tell him either you sign the contract or we're selling you, and sell him for the price that he deserves to be sold. Don't just sell him on the cheap. If you're going to be getting a player in exchange, then ensure that the player fits the criteria that you want. Don't just be like, okay, we want him out of the club, so we'll take whatever you're giving. So again, I personally, I think Pogba can see that something's being built at United. I think with getting the players that we need in the likes of Jadon Sancho, if for example, even if we get Locatelli in, we can see the difference Kante has on Pogba when it comes to the French team. If we have a solid CDM and a centre back with Ramos and Locatelli, he would know that he'd be given that freedom to go ahead and express himself, and that will play a big impact on him signing a new deal. So I think we need to get those transfers across the line. I'm going to give Pogba leaving a 5 out of 10 because we still don't know what the current situation is and how PSG are going to go ahead with this. And personally, I think they're the only main suitors, with the likes of Real Madrid and Juventus probably waiting till next season. But guys, do let us know what you think. Which players would you like to see in a Manchester United jersey? Are any of these players going to make the cut and come to Manchester United? Personally, I think Jadon Sancho is going to happen this summer, but I was confident last summer as well. But until then, do like, share and subscribe. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.